They told you that you create your own reality, that your thoughts shape the world, that your desires mold existence. But what if that's only half the truth? What if reality isn't something you create, but something you access? Just like a radio doesn't create the songs, it tunes into frequencies that were always there. Your consciousness doesn't generate reality from nothing. It selects from an infinite sea of possibilities. In every moment, countless timelines, countless versions of you already exist. Versions where you failed, versions where you succeeded beyond imagination, versions where you chose differently and everything changed. So how does your mind pick the one you're in now? It's not willpower, it's not hustle, it's resonance. You tune into a version of reality that matches your dominant thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, just like a radio locks into a signal. You don't pull a new world into existence. You fall into alignment with the one that was already there, waiting. And if that's true, then the real question is, what frequency are you on right now? Stay with me, because in the next part, I'll show you why positive thinking alone doesn't work, and what really determines the station your life is locked into. They told you to think positive, to focus on success, to visualize abundance, and maybe you tried. You wrote affirmations, you made vision boards, you whispered mantras into the mirror, but nothing changed. Why? Because reality doesn't respond to the words you say. It responds to the frequency you hold. You can say, "I'm abundant," 1,000 times, but if your nervous system is vibrating lack, if your subconscious is broadcasting fear, if your body still believes the old story, then the signal you're sending isn't abundance, it's scarcity. Your mind is like a tuning dial, your emotions, the amplifier, and your beliefs, the filter that blocks or allows frequencies in. You can't fake resonance. The universe isn't fooled by surface thoughts. It listens to your entire being, your vibration, your coherence, your energy field. And here's the twist. You're already tuned to something. The question is, did you choose it or was it programmed into you? Because if you were raised in fear, in survival, in not enough, then that's the frequency you've been trained to match. But what if you could change the dial? In part 3, we go deeper into the mechanics of reality tuning, how your brain, body, and field can shift into alignment with an entirely different timeline, the version of you that already exists, waiting. Your brain is not just a processor, it's a receiver, and your body is the antenna. For decades, scientists believed consciousness was local, inside your skull, but new research points to something different. Your mind interacts with the quantum field. It broadcasts, it receives, it locks onto patterns of energy, just like a radio locking onto a song. And the dial you're using, it's not logic, it's not thought, it's state. Your state is a cocktail of brainwaves, emotions, breath, posture, chemistry. It determines what you notice, what you attract, what version of reality becomes real for you. Imagine two people walking through the same city. One is anxious, afraid, bracing for loss. They see danger, rejection, coldness. The other is open, calm, tuned to possibility. They find kindness, synchronicities, invitations, same world, different frequency, different reality. So no, you don't create reality from scratch, you attune to it. And once you shift your internal state, external reality rearranges to match. This is not magic, this is mechanics, subtle, invisible, precise. In part 4, we'll explore how to consciously change your tuning and why most people unconsciously reinforce the very reality they say they want to escape. Stick with me. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't change their reality because they never change their state. They chase new goals, new jobs, new partners, but carry the same energy into each one. They say, "I want something new," but their body is still addicted to the chemistry of fear. Their brain is looping the same thought patterns. Their nervous system is wired for survival, not creation. So what happens? They tune into the same old version of life, again and again. Same emotional weather, same familiar problems, just with different names and faces. Because tuning isn't intellectual, It's energetic. And unless you become conscious of the signals you're sending, your reality will always reflect your past. Most people are trapped in a loop. Old identity, old emotion, old behavior, old outcome reinforces identity. It feels real, it feels inescapable, but it's just a frequency that you've mistaken for truth. But what if you could disrupt the signal? In Part 5, we'll explore the practice of frequency disruption, how to shake free from the resonance of the past and tune into a radically different timeline, one where the version of you who already lives that life welcomes you in. Stay close. Tuning into a new reality starts with disruption, not with effort, not with struggle, with awareness. You can't escape a frequency you don't know you're living in. So pause. Notice the emotional tone of your day. Is it tension, hurry, doubt? That's the station you're on. Now, disrupt it. Take one conscious breath. Slow your thoughts. Drop into stillness. This tiny shift breaks the loop. It creates space between the old identity and the present moment. And in that space, you become powerful. You can choose. Choose a new emotion, not by faking it, but by finding one signal, however small, that feels like calm, trust, aliveness. Hold that signal. Let it expand. This is the tuning fork of your new reality. It's not about controlling the world. It's about learning to hold a new vibration, long enough for the outer world to match it. The longer you hold it, the more the field around you begins to shift. And one day, without trying, you open your eyes inside a new version of your life. In Part 6, we'll explore how tiny emotional shifts create quantum leaps and why staying in waiting energy keeps you locked in your old life. Don't miss what's next. Here's the paradox. You say you want a new life. You even tune into it for a moment. You feel a spark of peace, excitement, gratitude. But then you wait. You look around and ask, where is it? Why hasn't it shown up yet? And with that thought, you snap back into the old frequency. Waiting is not neutral. It's a signal. When you wait, you tell the universe, I'm not there yet. I don't have it. I'm separate from it. And reality listens. It mirrors that gap. It reflects your distance. It keeps the version you want, just out of reach. But the truth is wild. There is no gap. You're either tuned in right now or you're not. The new reality doesn't arrive later. It arrives when you become it, when you feel the emotion as if it's real, when you act from the place of already having, when you embody the vibration, not as a tool, but as truth. You collapse the distance. The future becomes now, and what you once chased starts chasing you. In Part 7, we'll uncover how reality rearranges itself when you stop chasing, and why surrender is the most magnetic frequency of all. You won't want to miss it. But the truth is wild. There is no gap. You're either tuned in right now or you're not. The new reality doesn't arrive later. It arrives when you become it, when you feel the emotion as if it's real, when you act from the place of already having, when you embody the vibration, not as a tool, but as truth. You collapse the distance. The future becomes now, and what you once chased starts chasing you. In Part 7, we'll uncover how reality rearranges itself when you stop chasing, and why surrender is the most magnetic frequency of all. You won't want to miss it. When you stop needing the new reality, you start matching it. You stop vibrating with desire and start vibrating with embodiment. And that's when the shift happens. Quietly, invisibly. The external world rearranges, not because you forced it, but because you finally aligned with what was always available. People call it luck, synchronicity, miracle. But it's not magic, it's coherence. The most magnetic people are not desperate, they're clear, calm, tuned in, and the universe responds. In Part 8, we bring it all together, the final click, where you realize you've never needed to create your dream life. You just needed to remember how to tune into it. One last transmission remains. You were never meant to force reality. You were meant to feel your way into it, to remember you don't have to build the world from scratch. It's already there, invisible, encoded, vibrating, waiting for your signal. You've been taught to fight, to climb, to chase. But tuning doesn't require effort. It requires clarity. It requires presence. The new life you want already exists. The healed version of you, already breathing in some timeline. The abundance you seek, already flowing somewhere, through someone. And your job was never to make it happen. It was to become still enough to feel it and aligned enough to receive it. So now the question is simple. Which station will you keep listening to? The noise of fear, scarcity, and survival, or the signal of the self you were always becoming? You don't create reality. You remember it. You match it. You live it. And every breath is a chance to tune again. Pause. Breathe. Listen. Because the version of you you've been waiting for is waiting for you too.